learned a lot more about the shelters, as far as the danger that a lot of the women are in, and not just the women but the people that run the shelters, because they're dealing with people who are victims of human trafficking, domestic violence victims, and oftentimes the perpetrators of domestic violence are very persistent in trying to find the person that is in that shelter. So a lot of the stories couldn't be shared because they don't want to share that information, because they don't want to be found, they don't want to be identified. This is for their safety, so we have to find another avenue to make this video impactful and help people understand the seriousness and the depth of the need that these women have to just have the assistance that New Life Beginning is offering them, with 30% of the homeless population being mentally ill and another 30% also being drug addicted. These are conditions that these women don't want to put their children around. So these shelters are very, very vital to the homeless community and to the community at large, because it also provides a means of these women getting skills for work, treatment that they need for addiction, as well as treatment that they need for any type of mental health issues or anything of that nature. Medical assistance, the whole gamut is covered at this particular facility, and this is why I feel it's so important that we give back to this place, because they do need our support and the support of the community to keep their doors open.
Right. And then
well, what was it that you were telling us about New York versus Los Angeles, the difference in homeless resources and places to live?
New York and LA are the top two as far as homeless population is concerned, New York being number one, LA being number two. However, 95% of the homeless population in New York live in some type of shelter or some type of home where they provide room and board for homeless people. However, 68% of the homeless population here in LA just live out on the street and they don't have a place to go.
And then I think I found that there's 58,790 homeless people in Los Angeles, and I think that was as of 2017. So as of last year. And then like you were saying, that was a 23% increase from the year before that.
34% of the homeless population are victims of domestic violence.
And then also it kind of touches on that subject of why some of these women couldn't share some of their stories, because they're running from that abusive spouse.
Consider how expensive housing is, how many people stay in relationships that are bad because they literally don't have anywhere to live.
Right.
If you don't have a support system, or if your support system is also living paycheck to paycheck, all the things that could lead up to someone staying in a bad relationship too long and then needing a shelter, and then not wanting to take your kids to a shelter that's that's even maybe more dangerous than your current home situation. That's pretty intense.
This isn't going to change the world, but us giving to the shelter and helping them support these people that they, donate their time to so thoughtfully help out, it's going to help their bottom line, because you got to think, they do provide these services. These services are not free, so anything that we can give to help these people to allow their operation to run a whole lot more smoothly.
Take a little bit of that weight off, you know what I mean? To help, to carry a little bit of that load. And then like you were saying before, it might not have anything specifically to do with us, but some of our brothers or sisters might borderline be in a situation like that, where they might be homeless or on the verge of being homeless.
I think definitely donating and supporting all the shelters, all we can do as people who are making, able to make more money for the most part, because we do have this union and we do have more benefits and whatnot. And I think as electricians, as people working in construction in Los Angeles, thinking about what it is that we're building. The state of California currently outlaws the ability for local and city governments and counties to limit the cost of rent. In this county of Los Angeles, the current median income, average income, is just under $18 an hour. However, to afford an apartment in Los Angeles, you need to make close to $23 an hour. And so a large percentage of Los Angeles is paying more than half of their income just to be able to afford housing. There's a ballot initiative that is being put forward that will allow local cities and counties to enact rent control, to decide for themselves how much rent should be in the city. We have skyrocketing costs in Los Angeles, our wages aren't going up, and so we need this now. We need to collect over 400,000 signatures by April 23rd in order to get this on the next ballot. So we're asking Local 11, all of our union brothers and sisters to sign this to control this outrageous cost of housing so we can all live in LA and work in LA.